But let's go back to the drag racing, man. You know, coming into this season, I've seen you complain about a few things as it pertains to a lot of stuff that's going on in you guys' class. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, bro? Because I'm trying to understand it.
So I think you're talking about the Suzuki stuff this year?
Yeah.
So NHRA 2 years ago gave Suzuki a new 4-valve head. And nobody built that motor last year at all. And they still stuck with their 2-valve stuff, and they ran really bad again last year. And so they griped and complained to NHRA, and they got Vance and Hines behind closed doors to make a special fuel for the Suzuki guys from Sunoco, which we had to run. We had to run a spec fuel in NHRA, and it was SR18. So they made this new fuel. It's called Cyclone 17. It makes more power, and they presented that to NHRA. So they got NHRA to give that to the Suzuki guys, and they got the new Hayabusa body, which nobody knew about. So they all come out this year with new motor, new fuel, and new body work. And from my understanding, it picked them up anywhere from 29 to 34 horsepower. And that's huge. I mean, and we're having problems right now. If they ever put their stuff together, you know, Steve Johnson is killing it on the front half, and then Angel is killing it on the back half, going 202 mile an hour.
Right.
If she ever puts that package of Steve Johnson together on the front half, she'll go 660s out there and just decimate everybody.
Wow.
And really, the Suzuki's need, they needed help. I agree, they needed help. But I think NHRA gave them too much, and that's kind of the only thing I've griped about is they need 10 or 15 pounds on them right now, because if we don't watch out, they're going to run away with the class when it's all said and done once they figure everything out.
Now, NHRA is doing that to try to make give the Japanese bikes, if you will, a competitive edge just to keep up with you guys. But what are you saying? They kind of overdid it a little bit.
Yeah, they're trying to keep parity in the class between the V twins and the inline fours, and I think they just gave them too much. None of the Suzukis have really showed a complete package yet. We've seen numbers at 8th mile fast. We've seen numbers in the back half fast. They haven't put both of them together yet, and when they do, all the V twins will be behind.
Man. Well, I hope that doesn't happen, man, but I'm glad you're speaking your mind about it and coming out and being vocal about it, because I think in competition, you got to speak up sometimes. And it look like you the only one that's got the intestinal fortitude to speak up. I want to know why that is.
I don't know. I think my dad's always told me to speak my mind and tell the truth, and that's what I try to do. I want everybody on the same playing field and be equal. And like I try to tell everybody, if you can take the motors I got right now, you can buy straight from S&S and build them yourself.
Right.
The body work you can buy from them, everything you can buy from them. If you can come and outrun me with my own stuff, then I know I need to go to work and find some more power. But nobody can do that right now. So I feel like we're ahead of our game right now. And, hopefully we stay up there in the number one spot and try to get us a 5th championship this year.
Well, brother, I'm going to be watching, and I hope everything works out, man. But, hey, I remember back in the day, the Japanese bikes just dominated. And I remember when the first time the twins came out, I think somebody had a Buell body with an S&S motor. I don't think they would call them Harley motors then. It was either S&S. Am I not right about that?
Yep.
Yeah. V-twin motor that started to get kind of, and I was like, man, a V-twin with that kind of horsepower, brother. Now, and I really love the parity. But then all of a sudden it seemed like the V-twins just kind of like took over. Is that why you went with the V-twin? Because you seen the more potential in it?
Yeah. When I started, I was on a Suzuki. I had a Suzuki up until 2007. And basically, I sold all my Suzuki stuff because parts were getting hard to find, crankshafts. That was the biggest problem at the time back then was crankshafts. Nobody could build a good crankshaft for the Suzukis, revving that high. And so I went with the V-twin platform and made it work. And, first year out with it, we won a championship in 07. We come back, we won another one in 13. We won our 3rd one in 18, and we won our 4th one last year.
Right.
And, it's just one of them deals. I mean, we work hard in this shop. Me and Angie work hard in this shop, and and to go find power. And it's all motor, no nitrous, no turbo, 160 cubic inch motor, turning almost 11,000 RPMs and making 400 horsepower at the rear tire.